welcome to this edition of Tag Team. I'm your host, Cesar Scorpio, alongside the Invincible Vincent.
Hi!
TNA review following Destination X was Alright, but it all started here from the beginning. We had Sting, we had Mr. Anderson, we had Immortal. Let's get started. Immortal comes out to the ring, wants to throw a party for their new champion, Mr. Anderson. Comes out wearing what?
Tuxedos. Mr. Anderson comes out in a camouflage tuxedo.
Awesome. I didn't even know they made them.
I didn't either. I guess it's good for if you gotta run away from a wedding or something.
Yeah,
run to the forest and then freeze.
Maybe hide on the street. Yeah, but whatever. He was wearing the camouflage bow and everything else. Awesome. But you know who could see him? Sting could see him because the lights went out, lights came back on, and Sting is sitting at the poker table. There was a poker table in the ring. Mm-hmm. Why? It wasn't really clear on the reason for that, but whatever. Sting brings everyone's attention up to the Raptors, where there's the insane clown posse.
For no good reason.
With
Here's some
bats,
clowns.
looking like they're going to snipe some people.
Constantly, yeah. No, it was a little bit crazy. That's very, very unnerving when you just look up and see clowns.
Now, these were freaky-looking clowns. It wasn't like Psycho Circus, which are freaky in their own right, but these guys were a little freaky there.
Well, yeah, any clown with a baseball bat, yeah, that's going to be off-putting.
Sting also brings to the attention that the network has been keeping a close eye on Immortal, and any shenanigans go off in the ring, it'll be their heads. Whatever that means. Their heads, are they going to kill him? Are they going to fire him? What's going to happen? Not clear. Let's move on to the next segment. Next was interesting because Samoa Joe, Robert Roode, and the Pope all were trying to win some points.
Somebody needs some points. 0-0-0. Bad combination.
It's unfortunate. What ends up happening, Samoa Joe gets the submission, but his shoulders are down. Again, the lack of focus by Samoa Joe. What's up?
Yeah, Samoa Joe's shoulders were down. He had Robert Roode in a headlock, but Robert Roode flipped over and put Samoa Joe's shoulders on the mat. And once the 3 count went down, Samoa Joe was out.
Now, Earl Hebner's standing there getting the barrage of food particles hitting him in the face when Samoa Joe's all over it.
I'm angry.
All the other refs come out to hold Samoa Joe back because he can easily eat Earl Hebner. So, whatever. They pull him out. Now there is a setup here for next week's Impact.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe with some other guys are in a match for 10 points. That could change Samoa Joe's situation right
He needs them.
quick. Yeah, nobody needs him as bad as Samoa Joe does. Next segment, we had Jeff Jarrett back from Mexico with Karen. Margaritas! Now he comes out here to Immortal, and Immortal's, again, focused on the Sting situation, but he brings out a briefcase, which in it...
King of Mexico belt.
Now, it's a bogus belt, of course. It said Double J on it. Yeah. But the point is taken. It was similar to the AAA Mega Championship belt. Right. So, I mean, point taken. Now, once the whole clown thing starts coming down, he's trying to go back to Mexico. I'm out of here. This is not safe. Mexico is safer than this place. And he gets grabbed and pillaged and raped in the back.
Yeah. For no reason. As they try to get into the truck, clown jumps out of the back of the truck, grabs Jeff Jarrett, and then just like he yanks him back behind the friggin' building. It's like that's just wrong.
You're gonna have his way with Jeff Jarrett. Man,
I feel sorry.
Karen went that way, and he grabs Jeff Jarrett. Man,
seriously,
Fortune's got some
wearing high
freaks
heels,
in there.
dude. Seriously.
Fortune's got some freaks in it. But whatever. We'll move on. Next, we had Devon and the Pope having a war of words. What happened with that, E?
Yeah, Devon's still upset with the Pope for some reason because his kids still idolize the Pope.
My kids don't love me, and they love you!
Yeah, I think it still makes Devon look like
jerk.
Kind of jerk. Because and this may be some long play by the Pope because the Pope is always 3 steps ahead of him.
Right. Is he wrong for being mad at the Pope for, trying to befriend his children? When we know how the Pope is, he can be shady sometimes, right?
Yeah. He's not wrong, but...
He's not the real honest man.
But the immediate impression makes him look like the bad guy.
The guy has shown his nalgas on pay-per-view. So, not really want your kids rumbling,
For real, man.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Not necessary. So Devon has a good gripe, but whatever. He says, don't blame me if your kids turn your back on you because you decided to push me away. We'll see how that unravels there. Following that, we had Austin Aries defeating the awesome Shannon Moore in a match that was actually very good.
Ironically, beating with his own chain from his own book.
The Dilly Dab book comes out, the chain comes off, and boom, in the face. Now, that's not out of the ordinary for wrestling to have that happen.
Not at all.
But in a company where you separate Immortal from TNA, is this a move towards Immortal?
I don't know if it's necessarily a move for Frost and Aries to join Immortal, become their representative in the X division.
They don't really have an X division representative.
Well, that's the whole thing. It could be, but it could just be Austin Aries
being a jerk.
Austin Aries. Exactly.
It could be. Speaking of jerks, let's get down to a funny one. Next segment was Scott Steiner trying to get his Mac on SoCal Val.
Let me show you my bicep back at the hotel.
You want to see it in the hotel or here? In the hotel or... Yeah, the clown goes off and the clown says, I want to see it here, baby. Show it to me. Show it to me. Blah, blah. Beats down Big Papa Pump as SoCal Val's like, ah!
Took the opportunity to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, it looked like she wanted to get out of there anyway.
Exactly.
But this was a perfect opportunity. Be gone. That was pretty hilarious. Following that, there was another match here. Tara getting Madison Rayne's back by giving her a little poison. Explain that one, E.
Yeah, after Tara delivered the Black Widow for the finishing move, she went ahead and introduced her to her little friend, Poison, which was a tarantula.
Oh yeah, Widow's Peak was a devastating maneuver nonetheless. But we have Poison, who was a red rose tarantula, not poisonous by the way.
Poisonous, just
but freaking scary, right? All right, so
not as big as your hand.
I mean, I know some wrestlers back there would have been like, ah.
Probably so.
She's walking around with this big old tarantula, the size of a little plate.
It's like a teacup.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, about that. And we're walking around with that.
Chase Madison Rayne's all the way back.
That might scare off Karma. So I don't blame Madison Rayne for taking off, but point taken, she lost the match.
Exactly.
Following that, we had British Invasion trying to drop the gauntlet on Mexican America. #1 contendership. Let's go. Didn't work out. Mexican America ends up winning the match despite Anarquia's voice after Rosita comes out, distracts the ref, and there you go. #1 contenders, Mexican America. Going to defend, or actually going to compete against Beer Money August 7th for the championship. Following that, key matches here for next week, including Alex Shelley versus the newly crowned champion Brian Kendrick. Division X match. Sick. That should be nothing but gold right there. Following that, another great match. Velvet Sky versus Mickey James for the Knockout Championship. Now remember, Velvet Sky has never been Knockout Champion. Similar to what happened with Kelly never being Divas Champion. Is it time?
Could be time.
Could be due. Pigeons! Let's hope we see some. Following that, main event. Sting versus Mr. Anderson. This was a decent match until we had the actual lights, actually not going out because Bully Ray comes out first.
Exactly.
Interferes, trying to get the match over to Anderson's way. But the lights go out. Lights come back on. A clown later.
Hello.
We have Sting is the champion. Now, the clown removes his mask to prove to be Kurt Angle. So Kurt Angle did actually have a say-so as to who he's going to face August 7th. All right?
Now, here's the thing, though. Yeah, how interesting do you think it's going to be? Sting is his 50s. Kurt Angle's still in his 40s. Sting's not as active as some of the other wrestlers. Kurt's still got a little fire in him.
What's the point of giving Anderson the belt if he's going to hold on for just a couple and then give it back to Sting? I like Sting's image. I like the psycho Sting and all of that. But what's the point of giving it to Anderson if he's just going to give it right back? I'm not really liking that. Hopefully Sting ends up losing the belt between now and August 7th, and we have a good title match. Hopefully it's even to Mr. Anderson. All right?
Yeah, it could happen. There's, 2 more shows?
Right. Hardcore Justice is August 7th. Hopefully we have another champion at that time, so Kurt Angle, a quality wrestler, can match up with somebody that's more of his age and not over the hill like Sting. I love Sting, but I want to see a good match, especially in a pay-per-view. That ain't going to fly. All right, that's all the information we have for our TNA review. Let's get started with our Invincible Instance 3 the hard way. E, what you got?
Okay, now first off, CM Punk.
Again? I told you you're going to talk about CM Punk.
Yes.
You said, last time. Sorry.
Well, hey, there's a lot to talk about. If he hadn't put in such a dynamic promo earlier this week on WWE Raw, there wouldn't be anything to talk about. True. In this,
craving some ice cream for some reason.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Wonder why that is. In the context of the story, it looks like he'd have to go away and then possibly come back at some point later. But if WWE actually lets him go, they're just leaving money on the table. Because wherever he winds up, unless he just quits wrestling, which I don't see that.
We all know now that this is part of the angle, like we touched base on last week when you talked about CM Punk.
Hey, don't blame me because he keeps doing interesting stuff.
No, he's awesome. He's doing a great job. But you did say this is the last time, and now
I was lying. I'm gonna lie some more later.
All right, Scott Steiner, thanks. What's next?
I don't care what you say. Next up, The Rock.
Another.
Yeah, The Rock popped up this week to respond to some things that John Cena said when WWE was touring in Australia. The Rock says he's going to be coming back before WrestleMania 28. Now, the suspicion is, or the speculation right now on the street is that it's going to be
Survivor Series?
Possibly a Survivor Series. I'm thinking that it might be even as soon as SummerSlam.
Oh, it's possible. I mean, he's Los Angeles. SummerSlam is in Los Angeles. I'll put 2 and 2 together. But he is a part-time wrestler. Say, I'll never leave. I'm home. I'm never leaving again. Psych!
Well, yeah. And again, he was talking about that in his video that, to be specific, when I said I would never leave,
I had meant to say
what had happened.
I would come back in a year.
From time to time.
Yeah.
Because you, John Cena, you have to show up every week because that's where your paycheck is, man.
Yeah, so. I don't work for the WWE, so I can go and come and go as I please. You said you were coming back, fool, and you were never going to leave. Where are you now? Via satellite? Garbage. All right, let's get done with Mr.
When people use your own words.
Let's get done with Mr. Pebble and let's move on to the next
topic. Be more specific next time, The Rock Johnson.
Whack. Dwayne.
Now, moving on, since we don't talk about the Pebble anymore. Moving on to the Sting.
The bad. Nice Sting,
Joker Sting. Me liking the Joker Sting.
The new champion Sting.
This week he turned it up a notch. He's got the crazy laugh. He's got the henchman.
He's got that, baby. He's got the
belt. And now he's got the belt. He's going to be going toe-to-toe with Kurt Angle.
Hope not.
Now the question is, you got to go toe-to-toe with Kurt Angle. I'm calling it.
Hope not.
The next question is, what does this mean about Anderson and his relationship with Immortal at this point? The only reason Immortal wanted Anderson to hang out was because he had the belt. Without the belt, they're not really going to have any place for him, it looks like. But we'll see what happens with that. But, basically Immortal got ran over by his entire crew, so, we'll see what happens.
Wow. Now that's all the information we got, right? No. That's all the information we have for this edition of Impact Wrestling's review. Remember, pay-per-view here for WWE. Money in the Bank this Sunday. Now, if you can't watch it, live coverage, of course, UnifiedWrestling.com. And also, don't forget to watch our show special on Sunday night covering the review of Money in the Bank. For myself, Cesar Scorpio, the Invincible Vincent, thank you very much for watching. See you guys on Sunday.
Take care.